Hey Kyle, it's Paul Heck with Grassfire. Just wanted to get you your video showing you what I'm looking at on your website and such. There are some things that I think you can do to your website to help it get pushed up a little bit further in the ranking. Yours is a little bit different. I'll show you what's going on with the search around the keywords, around your industry and such, and specifically for Arkansas and Rogers. There's not quite as much volume as I like to see there for those search terms. So I'm going to talk about some other alternatives than I normally would for you, but I'll show you what you can do. There are some things that I would add into your content on got your website here, and I would to add some of the keywords in here to just get you pushed up in the ranking as much as possible. I looked at financial advisor, Rogers, Arkansas. I looked at the top ones that are pulling up for that is a Raymond James site, Wealth Plan Investment Advisors, Heritage Oak Wealth Advisors, and then Allard Financial Advisors. I pulled all of those into a program that I call Ahrefs, and it just shows me kind of what's going on for those sites. Now, content, 1,500 words of content is what you want on your homepage. I know you're kind of limited by that on what you can do on your Edward Jones site. Citations, this is what helps you get pushed up in this map pack section here. And I have seen this ad run as I've refreshed a few times. I've seen your name pop up in this ad. So it looks like Edward Jones is running some ads for you guys and is pushing you guys up in this map pack section, at least occasionally. I can't find what kind of method to the madness is. It's in Google's algorithm. So it's whatever they want to push you up for. But adding citations, and I'll go over those a little bit, is what's going to help you push up into this section here as well as your content. And then the third thing is these backlinks. So if you think of backlinks as all of the interconnected websites linking to each other. So having a Pizza Hut link to your website is not as powerful in Google's eyes as if a blog post out there that was talking about financial services or retirement planning links back to your website, or some of these industry trade associations that link back to your website. Those are going to give you a lot of power as well. So looking at your competition, WealthPath, of course, they've got a totally different site because they're independent and can kind of do what they want to. They've got several offices. They've got those all listed there. So this is going to help them pull up into the ranking for Google. They don't have enough content. If I'm looking at this from a pure website standpoint of getting them ranked high. If I look at Heritage Oak, same situation. Their website looks nice as far as like the layout and stuff. It looks pretty relevant. They don't have enough content on there either. So if we were purely going after content and for some of these search terms that had enough volume, I would say you want to add a ton to your website for that. Same thing over here on Allard Financial. They've got a little bit more content, not near enough from just a pure content standpoint. So that would be normally something that you could outrank them for if you were building a site that wasn't specific to Edward Jones. So looking at just into this a little bit deeper. So I've got WealthPath's site pulled up here in this Ahrefs program. You can see their domain and URL rating is 22 to 1.6. We like to try to get this on a 1-to-1 ratio as close as possible. That has to do with how these powerful backlinks that you have, and then how many keywords you're being found for, and how many referring domains are coming from those backlinks. So this is pretty low. This would be a really easy site to beat with just a little bit of effort. If I look at Allard, theirs is basically the same, 24 and 0.1. Even though they have a lot of backlinks, they're only coming from 30 domains and they don't have any, hardly any keywords. If I look at Heritage Oak, theirs is a little bit more powerful as far as like being a little bit more balanced, and that's going to help them get pushed up into the ranking a little bit. But again, not very many keywords and only 4 referring domains. So if all 30 of these were coming to 30 different domains, they would outrank those other guys and be number 1. If you dig into the keywords that these companies are being found for, of course, they're companies being found for independent wealth advisors. There's not very much volume. 30, very difficult keyword to rank for. Rogers Investment Advisors. This is an actual firm name, a national firm. So there's 100 searches going on around that and 0 keyword difficulty. So I would say like go after that, but that volume is more specific to that company. And I'm not seeing anything in here on their site that's really targeted toward search that's going on in Northwest Arkansas. If you look back at Allard, their keywords that they're being found for, CPA, some weird stuff, Dr. Allard, nothing significant. They're not getting found by Google hardly at all, other than some of their backlinks. WealthPath, they have financial advisor Little Rock. They get searched 100 times a month. Very low keyword difficulty. I would say go after that. Even though you're not in Little Rock, you can still pick up 1 or 2 customers a month, maybe off of just someone clicking on yours and giving you a call. Rogers Investment Advisors, I think that's the other one that's the company name. Rogers Financial Group, there's 30. Wealth Management, Little Rock, Arkansas, higher difficulty keyword, only 70 in volume. Retirement investment firms, you start going to these national keywords, and there's just a lot, not a lot of volume there, and that's what's difficult with what I'm seeing is here. There's just not a ton of volume for these specific keywords that are being found. So I'm hard pressed to say that like you could do a whole lot to get found more from just the search criteria going on, because there's just not the volume there. And I do want to show you yours real quick. I'll drop your site into that so you can see what you're getting found for. So you have, even though this DR strength is coming from your domain from edwardjones.com, and you have a UR of 11, you have no backlinks at all coming to you. So there's nothing out on the internet that's interconnecting and pushing other traffic to your site. You have 2 organic keywords, which is basically your name, and you're very popular. You get searched 450 times. And that's nationally. So I would say that there is some things that you could do to your site to help grab the search that's going on. There's just not very much of it. So what I would think that your best approach would be to try to move up in this map pack section, and that's going to be working on your citations. Citations are all of the name, address, and phone number listed on all of these directories on the internet, and some of those citations will give you backlinks and such. Okay, so I've got this pulled up in the local citation finder, and you can see that Allard has 18, Ozark Financial has a few, WealthPath has 16, you have 16. These are the different directories that you're listed on. But what I would like to do is go in and add these other directories that your competitors are not, that they are listed on that you're not. That's where you want to pass them up. So you don't want to be equal with these guys. You want to dominate, and you want to add, I like to add like 100 on top of that so that they're always playing catch up to where you are. And this is just going into all these directories. Most of them are free. There are some that are paid that actually give you more links, and that is a good thing to do. I think they're not very much. Sometimes they're like $7 a month for those, or $79 a year, that type of thing. Yellowpages.com, Yelp.com, Better Business Bureau. Those are all ones that you want to try to get onto just to get some extra link power coming to you. But then there's all these free ones out there that you just want to continue to add your name, address, and phone number exactly the same across all of these, and boost past these guys. And that will help push you guys up into the map pack section right here and push past those guys. So again, competition is not stiff. You're right in line with them, but you want to push even higher, get some links coming to your page, and get the content, get some keywords in your content, and that's going to help you push up into that map pack section even more. Now, I did look at a couple other options for you. You could run ads against, let me pull up. So you can see that you can run ads against these search terms. So Hexagon Capital Partners is running an ad. Edward Jones is actually running an ad for you guys. It just goes strictly to their website. Actually, when they ran the ad down here, they actually had your name in it. When you clicked on the website, it went to the Edward Jones main site, just like this one does. So it's not really driving traffic to you at all. You might get somebody to call your phone number off of that. But I did look at an ad campaign just real quick. I looked at targeted just over the whole state of Arkansas. Certified financial planner, financial advisor, advisor near me, financial consultant. So you can see all of those search terms down there are going to give you pretty much somebody that's looking for what you do. We can add some other ones if you've got some other ones that you want to try to locate in there. And I just looked at like, what is your conversion metrics for that? And if you did an average budget of $50 a day, that's about $1,500 a month. You can expect to get 9 conversions off of that. So it's about 91 clicks on those keywords, and to get 9 conversions. So it's about 10% of what gets clicked through. There are 600 people that gets in front of. So your name would appear in front of 6,600 people, but only 9 are those expected to click through and actually call you and or go to your website or landing page. I do suggest to always build a landing page off of this to direct that traffic to, versus directing it to your website. It is just a much better way. We can track exactly what traffic is being generated to your landing page, and you can see results off of that. If you look at just into this a little bit more, what specifically financial advisor, 42 clicks a month, 2,800 of those 6,600 impressions are right there for financial advisor. That cost on that is about $700 as far as the ad spend. And then your average cost per click is about $16. That was the highest one. The second highest one is financial planner, and then investment advisor. Wealth management also, that does get 1,400. So those 4 search terms right there is driving the majority of that traffic. There are a few others: stockbroker, financial consultant, that gives a little bit higher amount of volume and clicks. Certified financial planner gets 235 impressions, but only 2 clicks. So that's what you could expect as far as like running an ad campaign. I set those up and run those for you. That's how that works on the ads. And then the third thing that you could do would actually be to create a lead generation site. And a lot of times what we do is we create a site. It's not a full website. You're not actually having to rebuild an entire website or build out an entire website. It's more specific. It's more than a landing page, but it's less than a full website. It is something that I would build, and I would build that around the search criteria that's going on, do all the backlinking and such, and rank that website. And then what I do with those is I actually rent those to whoever we're pushing that traffic to on a monthly basis. And it's just a little bit cheaper way for you to get traffic coming your way, especially in your situation where you're looking at probably having to rebuild a whole site, an independent website. So just in closing, there's a combination of things you could do. You could run ads, you could do a lead generation site, and then do some boosting on your own website on a limited basis. We could work on the backlinking side of that and get some traffic coming to you that way. So those are 3 options that I wanted to lay out before you. Your search traffic is just a little bit different than most people and most businesses that I work with. So it is something that we have to be a little bit more creative with and try to drive that traffic to you, especially since you're kind of locked down on your Edward Jones site. So give me a call or give me a text or reply back to this email. Let's set up a time to talk, and we'll build out a scope of work exactly with what you'd like to do. Thanks.